Tonight's headlines are brought to you by McDonald's. Good evening, Commonwealth. Thank you for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Bob Coldeen. Stories we have lined up for you tonight. Northern Marianas College will undergo a transformation that everyone's going to be able to see. Also tonight, a lunchtime fire in Garapan disrupts lives and traffic. And the numbers don't lie. Our arrival statistics can be summed up in one word: dismal. In sports, all hail the kings of the diamond, for they have conquered Capitol Hill. Stay with us. We'll have these stories and more next.
Good morning, Kiko. I am here at Docomo Wallarai branch. The Docomo staff here are super helpful with my appointment. They take good care of me in just a few minutes. Thank you so much for helping me out downloading and using the Skip Lino app. I can take care of all my Docomo needs. No need to wait in line with the Skip Lino app. We love you, Docomo Pacific. Better together.
COVID-19 vaccine ngayon.
I got my COVID-19 shot. How about you?
我们已接种新冠疫苗，你呢？
I did it for you, for the safety of the community and the public.
I did it for my family.
I did it for my friends.
Just do it. Let's do it together.
And there you have it, McDonald's new crispy chicken sandwich. From the makers of the world's most stolen fries. The juicy chicken sandwich from the place that offers extra napkins for a reason. The tender chicken sandwich from the creators of a sandwich phenomenon. So you won't just be biting into a chicken sandwich, you'll be biting into McDonald's new crispy, juicy, tender chicken sandwich. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Alpha Day, Tarawami, and good evening, Commonwealth. Today is Wednesday, September the 8th, 2021. In its 40 years of existence, Northern Marianas College has gone through a series of transformations, and none of them bigger and bolder than the ones that we're about to see. A new campus will spring up following the widespread destruction of buildings from Super Typhoon Yutu. President Galvin De Leon Guerrero says, first up, the Student Center, which will be visible from the road.
This is coming up Astrolahi, this is what you're going to see, right? So the water tank's over here, and then you're coming up. So this is the west side of the campus, or the Student Center. And then can we get the east side? Sure. Oh, and there, this is actually a good perspective here. So this is the road going into the college, this is Astrolahi. So yeah, as you're coming up, that's what you see.
You made a conscious decision to put this on the corner close to the street. Why?
Well, we want it to be a statement building. We want it to be, to show that we're prioritizing serving our students.
The goal is to break ground within the next 12 months. Funding has been secured.
This is entirely funded by a grant from the U.S. Department of Education through the EDA. Oh no, that's the workforce. This is entirely through the Department of Education, entirely funded.
This is part of the vision.
So this is the campus, right? Our idea is to really turn this whole area into like a college town. And so we want to work with various government agencies to also change this area, to add sidewalks and add shrubbery and also appropriate crosswalks.
Guerrero sees NMC's role in the community expanding.
With a lot of colleges and universities stateside, they become hubs of economic activity. And that's what we want to do. So we want it to be not just about our campus, but also about the entire area.
The idea is to create a student-centered campus.
Another idea is to have just a nice big open quad space so that the campus breathes and that there's place for students to walk around. Maybe we can have events here. Right over here in the Student Center, it's going to be kind of like a stadium-style approach where we can have events there as well.
One option was to build up, but they have a better idea.
The buildings are not going to exceed 3 stories, right? So, because we have a great view up here, right? And we don't want you to have a 5th story office to have a view. We want to make sure that everyone has that view.
As enrollment continues to decline, NMC is looking to expand its capacity, and it will be able to accomplish that, interestingly enough, thanks to a double typhoon whammy. FEMA money from Sudalore had not been spent when U2 flattened the campus.
We had an advantage over many other institutions across the nation is we had 2 major typhoons that forced us to learn how to go online and forced us to be flexible and adapt. So we were able to use that to adapt to COVID.
With its expansion of classes and programs, Northern Marianas College is better equipped now to prepare students for the workplace here. Outgoing student body president Maya Pangilinan has seen the college not only survive but thrive since she enrolled there.
I started going to school here in 2017 and I got my first undergrad degree. It's liberal arts, no emphasis, and then I graduated just last spring.
Do you feel like you've got a quality education?
I did. I'm very glad to have gone to NMC. It's opened so many opportunities for me, especially with securing a job, which I know some people have a hard time doing after they graduate.
Do you have a big student loan you have to pay off?
No student loan, thankfully. So now you just work to save money and have a good life.
Victoria Bellis is one of those students doing it her way.
My path was a little bit more windy than most, and I found myself here in 2017. I am what you would consider a non-traditional student. So I am a mother, I'm a working individual, and most other campuses and other institutions didn't work out for me personally. I felt that the support system that I developed here at NMC was perfect for what I needed as a student. Plus, I had the comforts of home and my family to encourage me as well.
She has a double perspective, both as a student and as someone working there.
I've really gotten a taste of the behind the scenes at NMC. Although I was a student since 2017, I have worked in the Office of Admissions and Records as a student enrollment specialist since 2019. And I basically used my story to encourage other students, and the knowledge that I obtained in that job helped me to inspire others to really take advantage of the services and the resources we have at NMC. And because I get that experience firsthand with Frankie and Dr. G and all of those individuals sitting in that room talking about this beautiful new campus, I carry that inspiration with me wherever I go.
I got to go to school here when it was still the old buildings, and I got to see the buildings get destroyed, and I'm really, really excited for the new buildings to come and have a better use of the space and just a better campus overall.
A lunchtime fire in Garapan causes alarm. One of the residents of Sea Passion Apartments, formerly Casa de Felipe, gives us an eyewitness account.
The fire actually started 11:45, but first of that, I heard or I smelled the burning wire. And so I'm about to cook lunch, and then I smelled the like a wire burning. And so I checked my place, and then there's nothing on there, and then I heard an explosion from the other side of the room, which is the storage room, where all the mattresses, linen, and all are there, bed sheet. And so I tried to wait and see what's gonna happen until the explosion loud explosion, and then I got nervous, and then later on I see a light, which is unusual because they never put light there. There's no lamp, there's no literal light there. So I take a peek on the window. When I look in the window, the very left side corner of that storage room, then I saw the fire and then I got panic. I shouted, fire, fire. Nobody listened to me because everybody is at work, in school, whatever.
With tourism under tough times, the MVA Board of Directors will meet this Friday at 9 o'clock to discuss some urgent affairs. On the agenda, further discussion of the CNMI Tourism Resumption Investment Plan, or TRIP program for short. Currently, the TRIP program is subsidizing travel to the CNMI for Korean citizens by providing payments to local hotels, also to airlines, including Asiana, T-Ways, Jeju, and travel dollars to arriving tourists to spend in Saipan, Tinian, and Rota. The program hopes to jumpstart tourism in a bubble between the two countries, and it's off to a slow start, with arrivals impacted at least in part by the stringent public health guidelines. MVA management is also expected on Friday to ask the board to approve the extension of contracts with companies that currently represent the CNMI in Japan and also in Taiwan. Access Incorporated has represented the CNMI for the last few years in Japan, and Marketing Garden represents the CNMI in Taiwan. Both have expiring contracts. Also on their agenda, an RFP for a desk audit, an update on global branding initiative, and trash pickup services for Garapan. The public is welcome to attend the MVA board meetings, and there is a time reserved for public comments. The meeting will be held this Friday in MVA conference room on Beach Road. Prior to the pandemic, CNMI arrivals averaged about 40,000 a month. The numbers now can sometimes be counted on your fingers. 68 people came from Korea. That's up from just 13 in July 2020. 22 came in from the Philippines, 3 from Japan, 2 from Hong Kong, and 1 from China. No Russians, no Taiwanese. Most of the arrivals came in from Guam, as close to 700 people filled out Guam as their home on customs forms that MVA uses to compile statistics. And just over 400 listed the United States as their home country. No statistics yet for August. Look at the comparison. January 2020, from Korea, Japan, and China, we had over 55,000 people visiting the CNMI. Coming up, September is a month marked by commemorations, including one tragedy that struck close to home. We'll have more news after the break.
I got my COVID vaccine. How about you?
আমার আছে কোভিড-19 টিকা আপনার আছে কি?
ได้รับวัคซีนโควิด -19 แล้วนะคะ แล้วคุณล่ะคะ ได้รับวัคซีนหรือยัง
Tapos na po ako magpa-COVID-19 vaccine. Kayo naman po. Tapos na rin ba?
I did it. I did it for you.
Do it.
Do it for us.
I did it for my friends.
I did it for my family.
I did it for my daughter.
Let's do it together!
One of the best things you can do during the pandemic is to get yourself healthy and strong. Gold's Gym is a great place for a tune-up. Wide open workout spaces with dedicated cardio, free weights and machines, personal training, group exercise, and good nutrition. Short-term daytime promo on sale now, just $159 for 3 months. Call 233-4000.
Welcome back to the midweek edition of the KSPN2 News. Well, this year will be the 35th anniversary of the 13 fishermen who lost their lives in poor weather in the Northern Islands. In 1986, the MV Oldwall went missing when it was fishing in the northern islands off of Agrigan. The U.S. Coast Guard and the community led extensive search efforts, but no survivors were recovered. Part of the wreckage of the MV Oldwall was found on the island of Maug. 13 fishermen lost their lives in the accident, and they are remembered through a prominent 13 Fishermen Memorial on Saipan. The memorial was made possible in part by Jesus P. Mofness. Mofness died 9 years later in the Northern Islands in a plane crash with DHL founder Larry Hillbloom. The 35th anniversary will be one of the key events in September as part of the Chamorro and Carolinian Cultural Heritage Month. September 23rd will commemorate the 35th anniversary of the 13 fishermen lost at sea. September the 25th shall be dedicated to Chief Agrub, who is buried on Monongahela Island. The Tourist Administration encourages all Chamorro and Carolinian people and the public and private sectors to use September to commemorate the unique island heritage through the wearing of traditional attire and adornment. The administration is also encouraging government and business sectors to facilitate cultural exhibits and performances throughout this month. Guam is experiencing one of the biggest COVID-19 surges in the United States. With students back in class, parents naturally are concerned about these developments. KUM News reports.
Hafide, here's your Guam News update. Kids with COVID is a parent's worst nightmare, and unfortunately, it's happening on Guam. Here's more.
Weeks into this Delta variant-driven COVID surge, more positives means more kids with COVID. Dr. Michael
You're right. We're definitely seeing an uptick in cases in the hospital. Just seeing a couple extra kids in the hospital, and I saw another one in the ER. Yeah, it's making me nervous. And
Hospital Administrator Lilia Posadas confirms there have been several pediatric hospitalizations during this surge, and she says she's also seen an increase in emergency room visits, kids testing positive for the virus, then going home to be cared for by family. Dr. Saying for the most part, kids can beat COVID on their own.
Typically, days 3 or 4 are going to be the worst with any viral illness, and typically we expect them to kind of get better, right? And with mild cases of COVID, we're seeing that. But 5 days, 6, 7 days out, and they're still not looking that great, or their breathing gets worse, yeah, that's definitely time to get it.
For COVID cases 12 years of age and up, Regeneron and Regenco monoclonal antibody treatments are available. Dr. Says parents taking care of COVID-positive kids can treat the fever with over-the-counter meds.
Treat the symptoms, and then just really, it's going to be more about monitoring and making sure that the breathing status doesn't change. Because what I really would not want to do is have parents watch and be like, oh, it got a little bit worse, but maybe we'll wait and see if it gets better. Like, COVID is not one that we want to wait and get better.
Dr. saying any shortness of breath, labor, or difficulty breathing means you should bring your child to the hospital immediately. He adds, like adults, children with pre-existing medical conditions are at greater risk of not faring well against the coronavirus.
Diabetes, any immunocompromised situations. Thankfully, not a ton of kids are going to have like liver and kidney issues, but there are some on island. So anybody with any comorbidity really. Obesity, we have kids that are obese as well, and so those kids need to be watching out too.
For Guam's News Network, Chris Barnett reports.
Check out KUM.com for more.
Thank you, Jason. Coming up in the sports report, on your mark, get set, and go. PSS is off to the races next.
For the different beats of your life, we're here to keep you connected the way you want it. Plans made for you, by you. Build your own bundle with Link. Select the internet, entertainment, mobile, and home phone plans that fit your lifestyle. Pay for what you want, not for what you don't. Build your own bundle and save with Link.
At one of Saipan's beaches, this mother lays about 100 eggs under the cover of darkness. She hides her nest as best she can and then slowly makes her way back to the ocean. The eggs hatch and the babies head for the sea, where they will face a daily dose of danger. Just 1 in 1,000 will make it to adulthood. Those that do will one day lay their own eggs. Sea turtles are protected under CNMI law. If you see one that is stranded or if you see illegal activity, call the hotline at 287-8537.
Tonight's sports brought to you in part by Tan Holdings through the Tan Su Lin Foundation, making communities a better place to live.
Buenas sports fans.
Buenas sports fans, time to get excited. Why? Because the NFL starts Friday? Well, yeah, but that's not why students and their families here should be excited. Here's why. Interscholastic sports returns full blast this fall semester. At the starting line, cross country. And this Saturday, the PSS NMA All Schools Cross Country starts at a new location, the last command post in Marpy. This year, for the first time, cross country is using multiple venues. Ladder Beach is going to be used for the first time, as well as Cagman. Following 4 qualifying events, this season will conclude with the championship October the 9th. Northern Marianas Athletics is assisting with this competition. Next week, elementary school soccer kicks off bigger than ever. 16 teams, 6 games on September the 15th, 6 games on Friday the 17th. That's 12 games in a week, concluding with a final October the 6th. The NMI Football Association is partnering with PSS. Middle school soccer begins the 14th of September. 8 teams in that division, 5 from the public and 3 from the private. Another sport coming up next week, girls high school volleyball in the MHS gym. 13 teams have signed up. Mount Carmel and MHS each fielding 3 squads. Indoor volleyball plays until a championship is crowned October the 12th. Girls middle school basketball also tips off September the 15th. 9 teams, 6 public schools, and 3 private schools are competing, and that season will run through October the 6th. All in all, students, get ready. The time is now. True confessions. You know, when I moved to Saipan in 1980, I immediately immersed myself into the softball scene. You know, in those days, it was the most popular sport. Leagues, games, all year round. Some of those leagues, I remember 20. I remember one league had 21 teams. Well, it was a great way to meet people, have fun, and get involved with the local culture here. And that went away for a while, but it came back last week to Capitol Hill. The spirit was there. Softball is coming out of retirement thanks to the Budweiser King of Diamond Softball Tournament. Capitol Hill bursting with goodwill and camaraderie outside the lines, sandwiched with hot, fierce competition inside the lines. Final 2 teams in an 18-team field. Team Claw, they were feeling good about themselves. They roared through the winner's bracket to reach the finals, 1 win away from the chip. Darian Jones, who hit a home run for Pohnpei to beat the Sinamai in the micro games in Yap, does not hit home runs all the time. Eli Ogumbaugh, who homered for the Sinamai in Asahi Stadium in Palau, cracks a ding-dong for Team Click coming out of the loser's bracket. Former national player Ben Jones with his trademark diving catch, always wanting to look good out there.
Third man, for the first out.
He does that on purpose, you know. He doesn't have to fall. He could have caught it, you know.
We got Tony for the back base.
Ben Jones looking good at the plate, too. Here comes Team Claw.
Behind you.
Lamar Kiguel, the ball booted out there, 2 on.
Oh.
Hold it there, Ben. Hold it. Behind you, Mark.
For Darian Jones, and there it goes. Bye-bye ball. A 3-run gopher.
3-run shot for Darian. Team Clan, you have 1 more home run.
Mikey Guell barely clears the fence, and that was their 3rd and last home run. Unless the other team also homered, it's called progressive.
Likewise, Team Boys Clan, no more home runs.
Hold your heart, Eli's a coming, better hold your heart. That's a great song, by the way, by 3 Dog Night. James Benavente, they go up 12-9, but that's it. They're all out of home runs. So when Ping Santos goes big fly, it was just a big out.
And that is your last home run.
Bottom of the 7th, Junie Guell with a 1-out single. Noki Saralu follows that with a solid single up and through.
Shot to the center.
Jesus Guell had 2 walk-off homers in this tournament. There he ties the game with a 3-run blast. Top of the 8th, 2 on, 2 outs. Poland Masaharu Jr. with a 3-run whack. 15-12 Click.
3-run shot for Poland.
Bottom of the 8th, base hit. Oh no, it's an out. Out 1.
Left fielder under there for the first out, bringing up Mark.
Last chance, Darian pops up. James squeezes his glove for the final out. Team Click wins this game 15-12, and also the second game 14-13 to win $1,000, and more importantly, the title, King of the Diamond.
Here's the windup and the pitch.
I don't believe what I just saw.
Go-karts, off-roading, and the driving range now open at Marianas Trekking. Go-kart track will be open Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays with 50% off when you book online at marianastrekking.com, hours 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Use the promo code HAFA50 to get your discount. Off-roading is open too by reservation. Come on a 90-minute trail ride that is perfect for families. Book online at marianastrekking.com. Golfers, come practice on the driving range. You can even pay online, and we will have the balls waiting for you. Come see us weekends at Marianas Trekking, 323-8735.
Enjoy September with our Smoothie of the Month, specially priced at $5.50. Blueberry meets mango, and the results are healthy and delicious. Bananas and strawberries are also joining the party along with cinnamon and granola. It's the Smoothie of the Month at Gold's Gym, specially priced at $5.50. Fast food that's good for you too. Gold's Gym, Garapan. All right, here's our weather report. It's the same. This is rainy season. Our high was around 89, the low 79, humidity around 75%. We had a little bit of rain here and there, and tomorrow we're going to have a little bit more of the same. Sunrise in the morning right after 6, and then sunset right around 6:24. But it's going to be more of the same. No news there. Same old, same old. And that is your news, sports, and weather on this midweek edition of KSPN2 News. Thank you for watching, and hopefully we'll see you back here on Friday night.